security challenges will be curbed or will be defeated?
Well, in my new role as ambassador to the state of Qatar, there are a number of things that I intend to pursue. One of which is the welfare of Nigerian citizens living in that country, and then to consolidate on the diplomatic relations that exist between our two friendly nations. And insecurity is a major issue. Around the world, it's a perennial problem. It's not peculiar to Nigeria. So whatever we need to do to explore ways by means by which we can address the insecurity in our country, we will do so. It's very difficult for me to say specifically what I'm going to do at this time, but it's one of the issues, one of the areas that will be the focus of my attention as ambassador.
Nigeria has an issue. Nigeria has an image problem. How do you intend to use your new position to, let's say, amend or repair Nigeria's image on the global stage?
Okay, it's very interesting. Qatar is one of the global players, and Qatar is also involved in peace in other parts of Africa, particularly the DR Congo. But specifically in respect of Nigerians, every mission, such as the one in Qatar, handles consular issues. And my preliminary investigation showed that there are 12,000 Nigerians living in Qatar. And the good thing is that unlike other countries, they are mainly professionals. They are engineers, they are medical doctors, they are university professors. Very few Nigerians require the kind of consular support that the mission extends in other countries. So we'll consolidate on that. But Nigerians are doing a very good job there, and they are, as I said, professionals, mainly professionals living in that country.
Yes, sir. As the tech fund boss, you did very well, and you transferred that same, success to INEC. Now, what should we be expecting from you in terms of bringing foreign direct investment to Nigeria?
Well, we'll continue to do the best that we can. As the chairman of INEC, I visited quite a number of countries around the world. And one of the first things I did in my travels was to visit the Nigerian missions abroad. And I'm very happy to say that I visited at least 24 missions in North America, Europe, East Africa, and virtually the whole of West Africa. So I'm in a sense familiar with the issues. Yes, investment is a huge area of interest, particularly for Nigeria and Qatar. You know, we are essentially gas-producing nations. The basis of the Qatari economy is actually in the LNG, the liquefied natural gas, and so is Nigeria. Already there are some agreements between Nigeria and Qatar in that respect. We'll make sure that we consolidate on those agreements.
Thank you. In addressing some of the rising issues in the West African continent and other African countries.
The West African continent is very dear to Nigeria. It's our immediate neighbor, and as an ambassador to a West African country, with the situation in the country, in the continent, you know that my main goal will be to ensure I promote security of the region. It is also indeed at the heart of Mr. President, security issues. So that will be one of my main goals there.
How do you intend to achieve that?
Of course, through our bilateral relations. Sierra Leone and Nigeria enjoy great bilateral relations, and I intend to continue in that aspect, engage the Sierra Leonean government as well as the ECOWAS, at the ECOWAS region. I will ensure that we are able to promote security issues, promote economic integration also, that will help, and as well as the friendly relations that we have enjoyed must continue on the continent.
Thank you very much. As you know, I'm not being the first ambassador in China. So we had the ambassadors there. And I'm sure that each one of them must have done one thing or the other to add value to our relationship with China. So I'm going to build on that, what I find on the ground. But of course, I will have to receive adequate briefings from those on the ground to know precisely those things that are outstanding, and also looking at the current events and see how I can leverage on my knowledge and experience to also sediment the relationship between Nigeria and China. But most importantly, I will be there to represent Nigeria and Nigerians, Nigeria's interests, and of course, whatever we want to do, it has to be balanced for mutual interests. So basically, which will cover all aspects of international relations that will include trade, not just security. But of course, you asked that question because of my background.
Yes, sir.
Yes, but will include trade relations, issues that have to do with diplomacy, issues that have to do with areas of development like healthcare, education, agriculture, and so on. But of course, specifically in terms of security, I'm sure we have some bilateral relationships which I will have to study very well to know how it started and where we are today.
Now, actually, the whole idea behind diplomatic relation, as it affects the ambassadorial issues, is that when one should try to bridge the gap between the country one is representing and the host country, especially as it relates to the 4Ds of the current Mr. President's priorities. Now, actually, as the ambassador designate, I intend to encourage bilateral relation between Nigeria and the Federal Republic of Tunisia, especially on issues related to education, agriculture, security, and of course other issues like infrastructural development.